If you're a digital marketer, freelancer, or aspiring to be one, this might be one of the most important videos for you to watch. Because in this video, I'm going to tell you what differentiates a freelancer or a digital marketer or a small agency who constantly struggle to get new clients than an agency or a freelancer who has more clients than they can handle, and how you can be on the winning side too. This video is sponsored by HubSpot. If you're new here, my name is Oves and I have been a performance marketer from last 11 years. I have worked with some of the biggest clients in the world like Google, Delivery Hero, Sky News Arabia, Prime Minister's Office Dubai, Etisalat, Nissan, Sky News Arabia, and many, many more. I have led global agencies as head of performance marketing and programmatic advertising, but 9 months ago, I quit my job and now I do full-time marketing consulting. And the best part is I choose only projects to work on that feel kind of exciting. And in this video, I'm going to exactly tell you what I think gives me that leverage to be in that position. But if you're in a hurry and you want the answer in one line, the answer is I am a full stack marketer. And my prediction is that being a full stack marketer is the best bet for all of us digital marketers in 2025 and beyond. Before we jump into my Miro board, I want to tell you this video is divided into two different sections. The first one is understanding the last 15 years of digital marketing career and the major shifts, which will help you to kind of visualize the near future of this industry. The second section is where I will tell you exactly what is a full stack marketer and how to become one. Now, this is the mind map I have created for this video. Before we discuss what a performance marketer, full stack performance marketer is and how to become one, it's very, very important to understand how did we basically reach here? Now, one thing you have to understand is how digital marketing was a disruption in the advertising industry as a whole. Before digital marketing became mainstream, all the advertising was done on TV, radio, newspapers, and these kind of formats. And only big advertisers were able to even think about advertising because all of these mediums needed a lot of budget. What digital marketing changed is basically if a small advertiser wants to advertise with just $200 a month, it gave them an option. And as a result, in short, within few years, the aggregated spend from these small advertisers far exceeded the big ones who had millions of dollars, but they were few in number. And these ad platforms like Meta, Google, Yahoo, and they understood that their billions of dollars are coming from these small and medium businesses, and if they want to scale it, that's what they have to target. What these companies did is they added automation to their campaigns. Now imagine few years ago, I'm talking about 7 years ago, a performance marketer, a PPC guy, most of his time would go into manual CPC. For if they're using 200 keywords, for every keyword, they had to select what CPC should be added and then do the bid adjustment and analysis, which keyword is bringing how many leads or sales or whatever. Then accordingly fix that CPC and things like that. But now with automation, all of that is gone. There's nothing. Nobody uses manual CPC. This is just one example. And now with that, the trend started shifting. Performance marketers had much more time than before, honestly, on their hand. And in 2025, if you ask me what determines, I deal with tens of clients, what determines success of a campaign, I would say it's just 3 factors. The first one is fundamentals of marketing. Every digital marketer and performance marketer should know marketing in and out. They should understand the fundamentals of marketing. Marketing psychology, consumer behavior, the funnel, what is the role of awareness in long-term marketing. A lot of emphasis would go to messaging. What kind of messaging should we have? What kind of creative altogether should we have? What kind of campaign planning we should have? And it was not the case before. Before, performance marketer will come into picture once the creative is ready and then analyze the reports and say this is working better, this is not working better, and crunch the numbers. But now the game has changed. The second most important thing I see now happening is performance marketers need to leverage AI tools to make them more efficient, fast, and better. Now, for example, few years ago, I wouldn't be able to come up with a campaign plan from scratch. Now with ChatGPT, I can do that. I have done that in many videos already. And they are amazing, like creative concept, campaign ideation, email copy, email sequence copy. And the third one is SMBs are where you can make a lot of money nowadays with being a performance marketer. But they want all-in-one solution. And not because they don't want to hire a lot of people. In a lot of cases, they already have people working on different channels here and there. But now the situation in digital marketing is such that unless you have an overarching strategy and the same strategy is followed while creating the creative, planning the campaign, messaging, and even the landing page. What is the copy on the landing page? All of this needs to be one strategy, following the one strategy. Otherwise, if it's in silos like before, the performance marketer would see the creative on the day of campaign launch. It doesn't work like that. And the performance marketers used to see landing pages on the day of campaign launch because the web developer will send it. It doesn't work that way. That's what small and medium business have realized. Every industry sees this shift. When there is a saturation, people start to understand how to add value to their profile, and they do something called skill stacking. Skill stacking is a process where you learn skills in a particular sequence, where every new skill you learn adds value to your old skill as well. For example, if there is someone who learns video editing and they are a good video editor, let's say, and let's say they do video editing for business videos and things like that, and after a while they, let's say, learn a new skill called 3D animation, adding these 3D animation graphics in the videos and make like documentary style videos basically. So now, being a video editor with the new skill, he became a better video editor. He has more opportunities now. He has more opportunities to make money. And after that, let's say once he has these two skills, he goes and he understands, he learns a new skill which is high retention editing on YouTube. That works for YouTube so that you can retain the viewers, and he becomes more desirable in the marketplace. And now he can go to any YouTuber and say, listen, this is my skill set, and he can make 10x more when he was working with a company creating those branding videos for the company. Now that we are on the topic of full stack marketing and the role of AI in it, I wanted to share a very amazing resource with you which can help you to become a full stack AI marketer. It's called the Full Stack AI Marketing Toolkit, and you can download it completely for free from the link in the description below. This toolkit is created in a simple sheet which contains battle-tested AI prompts which can be used in any LLM model like ChatGPT, DeepSeek, etc. It's a very user-friendly sheet, and the prompts are arranged in different marketing functions like agency management, content repurposing, copywriting, social media, etc. My favorite part of the toolkit is that for every prompt you can get an idea of the use case, how you can customize it to get responses tailored just for you. When you start using these prompts in the sheet, you get a basic idea of how your prompt should be structured and how to get the best value out of these LLMs. And then you start customizing it slowly, and it acts as a guide for you to become like a master in prompts. And this toolkit was made by HubSpot, who is also sponsoring this video. So back to our Miro board. So let's move to our second section, which is full stack performance marketer. Who is a performance marketer? What skills they should have and how to learn that. And for SMBs, want all-in-one solutions and an overarching strategy. Now, it's not about how many people do we want to hire, but now is not the time that the marketing team sits in silos, like there's a copywriting team. The performance marketers see the ads on the day the campaign has to go live. It doesn't work that way anymore. Now, performance marketers, they need to be a part, or they need to be the ones who define the overarching strategy for performance marketing campaigns, meaning they need to tell the designers, or they need to decide what the ad should be, what is working nowadays, what copy to write on landing pages, what kind of formats do work, what kind of UGC formats work these days, what kind of combinations of creatives work, how many creatives do I need. So basically the scope of performance marketers has widened. They kind of widened the spectrum of what they involve themselves in. So it became important for others to basically be a good performance marketer in competition. Now, this basically is a concept which you will see in all the industries. It's called skill stacking. If you don't know, it's a very, very important concept. Now, stacking, what it means basically is you learn basically skills in a particular sequence, so that all the previous skills you learn, the new skills kind of adds value to that as well. To give you an idea, for example, if there is a car mechanic, he's very good at it, and now he's learning a new skill, how to fix EV cars, right? The moment he learns how to fix EV cars, he becomes a very more competent, and the opportunities for him to make more money, be a beginner in something, as well as being an experienced car mechanic, it boosts his opportunities. Now imagine that guy now learns how to create engaging content on TikTok and promote himself. Now he learned one more skill, and this skill set in a sequence he learned, it makes him a person who has opportunities 100x to make money. Now, initially, as a car mechanic, he was just another car mechanic. Maybe he was very good at it, maybe he was top of the spectrum. But the moment he learned EV, how to fix EV cars, it gave him a boost already. And then he learned how to create content on TikTok to promote himself. Then it kind of amplified his opportunities to make money as a car mechanic or an EV mechanic. And this is what's important for digital marketers at the moment if you kind of want to be very, very competitive. I think we spent a lot of time there. So basically, that is what full stack performance marketer is. They do still they do stacking, basically add different kind of skills which together kind of give them a lot of leverage, make them more desirable in the marketplace, increase their earning potential. A full stack marketer should at least have these skills. I mean, these are 7 skills. If you have 5, 6, it's still okay. But at least if you have these 7, then you are highly, highly desirable in the marketplace. But it's very important to understand why, when, and how, which I'm going to explain. The first one is it's in sequence, basically. A performance marketer nowadays should have skills of campaign ideation. Now, basically, if you go to a small and medium business, you should be able to tell them, okay, you know what our campaign should be. You should be able to talk to the designer team or the campaigns team or whatever they call them and tell them like this is the campaign we should have. And you should basically know how to leverage tools like ChatGPT to create. In my course, if you want to check it out, I have this how you can ideate a campaign from the scratch, and it makes your life easier, faster. And as a performance marketer, honestly, you can think of a campaign which will work better in most of the cases than a creative director, because their job role is, I mean, there are certain creative directors who are very, very knowledgeable about digital platforms. But overall, as a performance marketer, because now creatives change so fast, the campaigns change so fast, you don't really need something mind blowing and then you run that for a year. And then you need to understand basics of design platforms like Canva. If you're doing a business pitch as a freelancer for a client, you need to at least be able to create some mock-ups, or to the design team show them mock-up that how you want things to be. Now these might look obvious things to you, but honestly, trust me, when you have these skills and when you go in the market, you talk to the clients, talk to their teams, they can tell, and these things make a lot of difference. And then there's media planning and buying. This was before anyway. This is what a media performance marketer used to do anyways, like the competitor research, keyword research, channel mix, budgets, forecast, campaign structure, reporting, optimizing. And you need to know about Google ads, Meta ads, TikTok ads, DV360, platforms like these. You need to use them to create campaigns. You need to use them to be able to understand how to use the reach planner in Google ads, DV360, to understand how much budget, to do forecasting, to do budget forecasting for your client, and all those things, not just running the campaigns. Sometimes you go to small and medium business, they tell you, you are an expert, you tell us how much we should spend. This is what we want to achieve, and you need to give them some numbers. This is very, very important. And then of course you need to understand channel mix. Okay, they'll tell you, okay, we'll give you 20,000 dirhams a month. How do you want to spend it? How much on Facebook, how much on Google? You need to have this rationale. You need to be basically, when you do forecasting, you understand basically. And then how to structure campaigns, how to do reporting, how to do optimization. This is anyways what performance marketers used to do. Now this attribution and analytics is probably the second most important thing, because performance marketers need to have this anyways. After this, I would say, if you are learning, if you want to expand your knowledge, this is what you should do: attribution and analytics, which means tagging and analytics. You should know platforms like Google Analytics, Tag Manager for sure, like at least the fundamentals of Google Analytics, how to view different kind of reports, what does it mean, how to set up Google Analytics, how to connect it to different ad platforms like Google Ads. And then Google Tag Manager, at least you should be able to create some kind of basic events and know what a trigger is, what a tag is, how to set up tags. Because you cannot go to a small business and tell them, get me these tags implemented. For them, it's a headache. But if you can do all of this, that's great. And BigQuery is optional, but if you know BigQuery, it gives you a leverage when it comes to big clients. I'm going in sequence, like from campaign planning, then media planning, and then attribution analytics, then optimization of post-click behavior. Now you need to understand post-click behavior. You need to understand how to structure landing pages. What are the components of a landing page that needs to be there? Then you learn what should be the sequence. Then you know what should be the copy look like. Before, a web developer would just create a landing page and the performance marketer would see that on the campaign launch date. Now it doesn't work like that. Your creative decides what needs to be on your landing page, which platform, what video, decides what should be on your landing page. It all needs to be an overarching strategy. That's why I'm telling you, even for big clients, having a full stack marketer is important, because they need someone who basically sticks it all together. Because nowadays it doesn't work like, okay, the copywriter team will work on creative, you will set up the campaign, these guys will do the landing page, and on the campaign launch date, all of guys, you come together and launch it. Doesn't work that way anymore. I need to understand CRO, like conversion rate optimization, because now with the competition, with good targeting, with everything being automated, the only step where you can optimize further now is conversion rate. Okay, anyways, you're getting 100 people on your website. Now 5 are converting. Now you need to do something there to convert 7 more, because everything else is kind of automated and optimized already. So conversion rate optimization is a very, very important skill as well. Then e-commerce, because e-commerce is huge, and most of the e-commerce platforms rely on digital marketing heavily. So you need to have e-commerce skills. It's optional. You can live by without working with e-commerce clients. But if you want to open your doors to be able to work with e-commerce clients, you need to know some things which are specific to e-commerce, like how to create merchant center, Google Merchant Center, Facebook Merchant Center, TikTok Shop, how to use feed management platforms. Now, if the client has an e-commerce website and they have a huge number of products, so you basically have to use a feed management system, which are again user-friendly, end user-friendly. Like Products Up is one. There are a lot. Data Feed, Go, or Go Data Feed, and Clickable, and there are a lot. But Products Up is something I recently worked with, so that's why I added it here. And now you need to understand event setup for. So event setup for e-commerce platforms used to be very, very complicated before, but now it's so easy. I mean, if your e-commerce website is hosted on Shopify, the event setup is easy. You need to know how to set up these events in Shopify and things like that. But this is very important if you want to work with e-commerce. If you don't have these skills and you want to work with e-commerce, it's not possible. They'll throw you out on second day. Then email automation and first-party data is becoming very, very important, because all of the craziness, Apple iOS 14 updates and later updates, making it impossible to track. Then Google postponing, but someday they will go cookieless on Google Chrome, and a lot of other things like these platforms are getting crazy. They are becoming more black box day by day. You don't really understand like why some campaigns don't work. It's not like before where you can tweak everything here and there. Now it's mostly automated, and no, clients don't want to be on the mercy of these platforms, and clients want to have their own distribution channels. So a lot of companies have already, but all the other companies should also basically focus on getting their first party data, doing email automations, which is a free channel almost. So you need to understand email automation tools like HubSpot, which is our sponsor also for this video, and Braze is a CRM. Like, these are examples. There are many, many more. There's email automation. There's so many. There's Omnisend. There is MailChimp. And so you need to understand, even CRMs, you need to have a basic idea about Salesforce, how to, sometimes you need UTM tracking. These are very small topics. It will take you like a half an hour to become an expert in that. If you already are a performance marketer, you know the basics already. So this is very, very important as well, because see, if you know everything else and you work with the client and you don't know these things, let's say CRM, CDP, email automation, how to set up, they again need 2 people. And then I'm not talking about, okay, a company will come to you and say, you are the only person who will work. I'm talking about, for example, I work as a consultant. The companies already have teams who do this. I don't do all of this manually, but I know this. I know how to structure it. I know what to tell to the teams, how to set it up. So that's what I mean. Don't think that I'm saying one person you will work for a company and do all of this. I'm saying if you want to up your level, if you want to become desirable, if you want to be consultant, freelancer, or have a small agency and you want to work with a client, at least you need to know all this. I'm not saying one person does all of this. And then AI tools, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Canva, Midjourney, all of them. But you should already, like, you should be an expert in using AI tools for your marketing yesterday. So today is already late. And they make a huge difference. If you check my AI course, I'm not trying to sell it, but I'm just referring to it back to back because I have seen it firsthand. So basically, I have said this before, and I'm telling you this again. If you want to be a desirable performance marketer who gets a lot of clients love you, you solve their problem, you're a relief to them. You basically need to be someone who is able to execute or get implemented an end to end strategy. For that, you need to have all these skills. You need to be a full stack marketer. That's when you will be able to do this for clients. And by the way, guys, it was not possible few years ago to learn all this. Now, what has changed is there's a lot of tools that came into the market in previous years which made it possible to learn. So, for example, before Canva, it was impossible to learn the basics of design. What you have to learn Photoshop, which is not easy. And similarly, like if you had to do event setup for e-commerce websites, it was difficult. Now there are tools, email automation. There are tools which made it all easy. So it is possible for a performance marketer nowadays to learn all of these things. This is a very, very important video. I hope I was able to kind of give you a rough guidance what your focus should be if you are a digital marketer or a performance marketer. That's all for this video. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.